Are you ready to go? Are you ready? So today we're going to be heading out in my truck and trying to find 3 mines that are about an hour away from where I live. They're called the Scott Lead Mine, the Iron Prospect Blowout Mine, I think, and then the Pearson Iron Mine. The reason I'm looking for these mines is because I found an old report from, I think it was the 50s, saying that they contained some amount of uranium ore, which I'm going to try and build a cloud chamber, so I do need something that will actually produce alpha or beta particles so I can actually see the vapor trails. So that's what we're going to head out and do today. Okay, well, we were able to find the mines, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's fenced off, and I'm judging by the barbed wire, they don't want people going down there. It's probably just a straight drop off, but I do have a Geiger counter arriving sometime next week, and there's tailings out here, so in theory some of the tailings would be able to have some of the uranium in them. But Boromir and I just gonna go walk around and see if there's maybe any horizontal shafts rather than just full-blown vertical like those ones. I guess more so a tunnel rather than a shaft. But we're just gonna walk down here and see what this one is like. But there's a ton of tailings pretty much everywhere. So with any luck, next week I'll be able to come grab some samples with some uranium ore. Oh yeah, that just dropped straight off. So we're gonna go wander around for a bit and we'll stop by if we find anything cool. Okay, so we're just down from the 2 shafts. There's this huge pile of tailings. So I think I'm just gonna grab a couple rocks and see, I don't know, when my Geiger counter arrives, I will see if they have any uranium in them. The percentage is low enough that I'm not really worried about handling it with my hands, because the report said it was about 0.004%, so it's enough that a Geiger counter would pick it up, but not enough to be super worried about. Okay, so we just kind of walked to the left. We found a little test hole. It's not fenced off. Gonna go ahead and hop down here. Woo! Maybe, if I don't die first. So, I assume they didn't really find anything, but we're still gonna take, I should have brought a little pick with me. Still gonna grab something, maybe just right here, and see if it contains anything. But yeah, okay, so this is the one we parked just behind of. You can see up there, it's got some wood framework. This one does actually have a door, but it's locked, so it's not gonna break in. The tailings piles over here, I'm just trying to take a sample from each tailings pile of something that looks like it'd be good, at least something with a lot of mineral deposits like this orange stuff, because there's an iron mine just up the road from this. From the research I did, it said it should be in the limestone. I'm no geologist, but limestone's a sedimentary rock that looks somewhat similar. And there's a whole bunch of tailings over here. There's a whole bunch more mines. There's one over that way. There's more back where we came from. So I think I'm just gonna kind of drive around, see what I can find. He's having a good time though. Huh. Speak. Good boy. Oh, just a little bit of history about this. So this is the Scott Lead Mine. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier. But it said it's got at least 1 known shaft, but I have found, I think, 4. But it says it goes down to a depth of like 53 meters, and then a length of like 100 and something meters. Anyway, so it goes down pretty deep, and it goes under the ground pretty deep, which I wish they weren't fenced off, but even if they were, I probably wouldn't go down because they're shafts, not tunnels. Oh, the dog's running off. But yeah, these mines were discovered, I guess, or made in like 1800s. So Okay, I gotta call him back. Yeah, anyway, now that we got the dog back, wherever he is. So this, like I said, is a lead mine, but it did have some uranium in it. But the lead ore, I guess, was actually pretty dang rich. Had, in some cases, up to 20% per pound lead, which is a lot. And I think the average was 12%. So maybe, even if I don't find any uranium, I can come out here, take some of the tailings, crush it down, roast it, and get some lead out of it. There's also some silver in this, I believe. Not sure. I know there's a silver mine just a couple miles down. But yeah, we're just gonna go see what's going on. Okay, so I'm back in the truck, and these are the pieces of tailings I got. Don't eat those, bud, just in case there isn't uranium. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, yeah. Anyway, those are the pieces I got. There's one more smaller mine down the road back where we came from that I'm gonna go look. The fence isn't as tall, so maybe if it's just a short little one, I'll hop it and see what's in there, but maybe not, depends. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take this piece of tailing. It's pretty big, but looks like it's got at least some iron in it, so it's at least got some mineralization. All these mines, all their ore comes from hydrothermal vents, so it would make sense that they've all got a bunch of mineralization on them. So we're gonna head up the road. The iron mine is supposed to be up there, so let's head out. Okay, so we just got out of the truck, and here's the iron mine. So there weren't any reports on this one. I think this one might have actually been made after the reports. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up too much, but we're gonna go ahead and walk down here and see what it's like. You can definitely tell it was an iron mine. There is a ton of iron oxide. I think this one was used for smelteries, like as a flux, but a whole bunch of just material. So I'll probably take a few samples. I don't know if this one had any tunnels, but there might be. I think this might have been the main part. There's some up there that we're gonna go look around. But I think I'll just take some samples every now and again. Maybe some stuff like this. But yeah, I'll check back in once I head up there. Okay, I got the samples from the iron mine I wanted. So we're still gonna head up to the iron blowout mine, see where that one is, because we're still about half a mile away from that. Okay, so the map says the iron blowout mine should be somewhere right up there, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so we did find a place, but that right there is a claim marker, so we're not gonna mess with it. Does look like it's a collapsed tunnel, but as soon as I saw the claim marker, we're gonna head out of here. But a pretty cool drive up here. Might have to come up here in the summer, mess around. Okay, so I came out to another spot that was supposed to be another uranium mine, and there's nothing out here. GPS says it should be somewhere around here. I don't see anything, but I'm gonna walk around for a couple more minutes and then check back in. So yeah, well, we were not able to find anything at this particular site. Well, found a jackrabbit and I had to chase him down. But I'm gonna call it quits for today. Head home. I'll show you what I gathered when I get home, and then hopefully in a week or so my Geiger counter will get here and we'll see if any of them were radioactive. Because if so, we'll come back and see if we can find something better, or if it's really good, then I'll just keep it. So see you back at home. Okay, so my Geiger counter finally came in. Took a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, it's the cheapest one I could find, so we'll see. But let's go ahead and power it on. If there is, didn't hold it long enough. If there is any uranium in these, it should count up to higher than what the standard background is. And according to this little chart they give you, standard background should be between 5 and 50 counts per minute. So you can see right here the counts per minute went up to 11 right there. So let's just go ahead and kind of pile all these rocks into the same pile and set this on here for a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Let's move this big one out of the way. So we're just going to let that sit for a couple minutes,
so it can get an average, and then we'll see. Okay, so it's been about a minute-ish, and we can see the counts per minute. The average is 15 right now, 15.516. That tells me that these have absolutely no uranium, because the standard background that I measured in my living room earlier was around 22, 23, or 24, in between that area. So I'm sure if we give this enough time, that average will go up to there, which is really kind of a bummer because that old report did say it did have some uranium. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong type of tailings, because these obviously are rich in iron, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily rich in uranium. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, well, that definitely kind of sucks that we weren't able to find any actual uranium ore, but that doesn't mean there's not any at those mine sites. Like I said earlier, the old report does say there should be some uranium there. So what we're going to do, probably, I don't know, a couple months when the snow melts off, is run back out there, but take my Geiger counter with me, and we'll go through all the tailings and hopefully find a piece that has a CPM of around 1,000. Hopefully, that's pretty weak, so hopefully we can find something that's a little bit closer to 3,000. That way when we go to build a cloud chamber, we can actually have some particles flying off so we can see the vapor trails. Or I might just order some ore online, but we'll see. Anyway, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Shoot me a comment if you want to see any more other stuff kind of like this, because I don't know, I really like nuclear physics and that kind of stuff, so it's kind of fun to go out and experiment. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you next time.